to compare, and then you're looking at our 5 compare contrast words and telling me which one is used to compare, which one is used to contrast. Easy, okay? Go. Good job, guys. I'm going to give you till 10:03, so you have 1 more minute. You can get Esme. All right, like 15 seconds. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so Kevin, number 1, what does it mean to contrast? Exactly, to say how something's different, right? So I'm just gonna write different. Okay, Esme, what does it mean to compare? Exactly, to say how something is similar or the same, okay? All right, okay, Jenny, whereas, do we use that to contrast or compare?
Contrast.
Thank you. Kev, similarly. Good. Esme, both.
Compare.
Yep. Jennifer, however.
Contrast.
And last one, Kevin, wow.
Contrast.
Perfect. Okay, so we've been looking at these words a lot, right? And yesterday we did a grammar practice where I had you guys fill out the worksheet first. Today, if you lift up your Do Now, you'll find another sheet underneath there, grammar practice. Okay, this time we're going to right away get into partners, okay? So I want Kevin and Jenny to stay, be partners. I'll come over and be with you, okay? But let me explain what we're going to do first. Huh? I know, but it's easier because they're sitting next to each other. We'll do it on Thursday, okay? We'll do that.
Jen was right there and she was my partner. So.
Okay, Esme, I promise you will be with Kevin on Thursday, okay? It doesn't matter. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Kevin, pretend you're my partner, okay? All right, so I'm going to read the first sentence, and I'm going to read past the first blank, okay? Then I'm going to pause. Kevin is going to tell me what word from these 5 he thinks goes in there, okay? Then Kevin reads to the next blank, and I tell him what word I think goes there, all right? Does that make sense? So this way you're reading it out loud and you're seeing how it sounds, okay? So Kevin, let's practice. Elephants are thought to be descendants of mammoths. Blank, elephants and mammoths are big plant-eating mammals. What word do you think goes there? In that blank, out of these 5. What does it say? Elephants are thought to be descendants of mammoths. Blank, elephants and mammoths are big plant-eating mammals. Does it sound like we're contrasting or comparing there?
Contrast.
Why? Why do you think that? What does contrast mean?
Different.
What are we saying is different?
Oh, because it says elephants are mammoths are big and mammoths are huge.
No. Elephants and mammoths are big plant-eating
That's
mammals.
like mammals.
Exactly, mammals. They're both big plant-eating mammals. So are we contrasting or comparing there? Exactly. What word do you think goes there?
Both.
Yes. Okay. So then Kevin would then start from here and read through this blank, and I would guess what word goes there. You take turns. Okay? Does that make sense to you guys? Alright, so when I say go, I want Kevin to read first. You can start on the second blank since we did this one already, okay? And I'm gonna go over there, and Esme, you're gonna read first, okay? Okay, alright. You guys understand? You understand? Yeah, Kevin, got it? Esme? Okay, alright. Alright, go. I wanna hear you reading, Kevin, okay? Alright,
Had huge
Esme, I want you to start here. Mammoth said huge.
They probably to fight for territory.
Then you have to say, Kevin, then you have to say blank. Elephants also have tusks. Read through the blank. Blank, elephants also have tusks that they use to fight other elephants. Read through the blank so she gets the context.
Blank elephants also
Alright, ma'am. You start here, ma'am. Right here, ma'am.
This thing.
Last part here, ma'am. Yep.
It's got a huge mouth.
However,
So it's that they probably use to fight for territory.
Good. Keep going.
Like-
Blank.
Elephants also have.
So write down the word you think it is, Kat. Go ahead.
They use to fight other elephants.
Okay, I think that the word that goes there is, because there's the word also, I think it is similarly. So I'm gonna write that down. Okay, now I'm gonna read for you, ready? These creatures have a lot in common. Blank, they also have many differences. What word do you think goes there?
these creatures have a lot.
These creatures have a lot in common. Blank,
They also
they
have
also
many
have many
differences.
differences. Differences. What do you think goes there? These creatures have a lot in common. Blank, they also have many differences.
I just used to fight for territory.
These words, what do you think goes there? Okay, I agree. Alright, okay, you read for me,
See,
starting for example.
these creatures have many common. No, wait.
For example.
Where is this?
Elephants have a long history and live in Africa and Asia.
Okay, pause. I think it's whereas. Because it's showing the difference, right? They're saying mammoths are hairy, live in the Arctic, and elephants have lots of hair and live in Africa, right? Difference. Okay,
The Arctic.
you're doing the last one. Mammals were used to cold, icy environments. Blank. Elephants in the wild have probably never seen ice. What do you think? Good. Okay. Alright, are you guys done over there?
No.
Nope, not yet, okay. Why do you think it's wild? What's different? They never saw cold, right? Good. Okay. That's it. We'll go over it.
Use cold, ice environment. Plain ice probably use ice.
It's kind of hard. 'Cause I don't know where to put it. Is it the last one?
Not telling you.
It's different.
See how it sounds. You have to see the hints in the sentences that tell you if it should be contrast or compare. There's hints in the sentences, right? Esme, you can start getting out your homework and all those papers. Okay guys, I'm gonna give you 15 seconds and we'll go over.
Are they cold places and hot places? Where? Where is that?
Okay, let's see what you guys got. Alright, so we all know that the first blank is both. Why? What is our hint? What is our hint for how we know that that should be both, that it should be a compare word? Jenny, what's our hint in this sentence? How do we know this should be both?
And
That's right. Elephants and mammoths. So we're saying that something's the same between elephants and mammoths, right? We're using the word and to compare. Good. All right, Kevin, what goes in the second blank, do you think? Good. Why? What was your hint there?
I thought it was however, because mammoths have
Tusks.
tusks, and elephants do too.
Exactly, and they both use them to probably fight for territory, right? So we're comparing how they use their tusks in a similar way and how they also both have tusks. Good. Okay, Esme, what do you think goes in the third blank?
However,
Okay, these creatures have a lot in common. However, okay, what was your hint for that, Esme?
also,
Read the whole thing. They also have many what?
different.
Exactly, so what's your hint that it should be a contrast word?
Different.
Exactly. Contrast means difference, right? The word right there is difference. Good. Okay, Kevin, fourth one.
While elephants have lots of hair and live in Africa and Asia,
Perfect. How did you know it was wild? What are we contrasting there?
mammoths were very hairy and live in the Arctic, and
Uh-huh.
elephants didn't have that much hair and live in Antarctica.
Exactly. They live in different
And
places.
Africa.
Good. They live in different places and they have different amounts of hair. Good. Okay, Jennifer, last one.
whereas.
Whereas. Now, could you have said while here and whereas here? Yeah, they're interchangeable, right? Okay, so Jenny, why did you know it was either whereas or while? What are we contrasting there?
How elephants having some eyes.
Yeah, and?
And
Mammoths what? What about ice with mammoths? Kevin?
the mammoth will use
Exactly. The mammoths like lived in ice, right? Because they lived in the Arctic where it's icy. Okay? So that's the difference. Good. Does this make more sense to you guys? You sure? Ez, does this make more sense? Okay. Alright, guys, so Esme's already gotten out her homework. I need you to get out your homework and all of the stuff we've been working on that you put inside of your folder. Okay? Because we're gonna be making an outline for our essay today.
Yes, I don't think I have it. Cause I was looking over my folder and it wasn't there.
Can you look, just check again? Because I remember seeing you put it in there yesterday. Because we had it yesterday and you put it away yesterday. So the most important thing that you want today is your Venn diagram and the homework from yesterday where we kind of like reviewed what the arguments were for the two sources and we talked about quotes that we would pull out.
Oh,
Do you have your Venn diagram too? Yeah. This. Yes. Okay. These are going to be your most helpful things today. These two things. Okay. For you. Okay. So today we're mostly going to focus on creating our thesis statement. Okay. What's a thesis statement? What is a thesis statement in an essay? What does it tell us?
everything.
Okay, what do you mean? Like, give me an example of everything.
Like, if you're claiming for something, you need to have 3 reasons why you chose it.
Okay, good. So your thesis includes your claim, and it tells you what you're going to be arguing in the paper, right? Now, Kevin mentioned that you need to have 3 reasons inside of it. That is good, Kevin, but we're going to do a little bit differently because this essay is a compare-contrast argument, okay? So it has a few different things inside of the thesis that we're going to go over today, all right? Okay, what else was I going to ask you? Okay, Jennifer, can you read the objective at the top of the worksheet I just gave you?
students will be able to think through the compare and contrast argument by developing an outline for the essay. And students will be able to write and compare and contrast thesis statements and put them into the class.
Okay, good. So today we're going to work a lot on the thesis statement, okay? Because I want them to be really good and thought out, okay? And then we're going to see if we have time to work on the outline, okay? So by the end of this week, we should have a rough draft of our papers, okay? All right, so on this paper I just gave you, as make sure you're looking at the paper I just gave you, okay? Okay, I have an example of a thesis statement, okay? I have an example of one. I used source 1 and source 2 for my example. You guys are going to be using source 2 and source 3, right? So on your paper, you might want to change it in case you get confused, okay? So source 2 and source 3 is the ones you guys are going to do because that's what you chose. So just to remind myself of source 2 and source 3, I wrote down that source 2 is about genes, right? Source 3 is about climate change. So if you need a reminder for what you're talking about, I would write that at the top. So right here. So I want you to change this to source 2 and source 3, and then write the topic in that box, just as a reminder for yourself. And you mostly need your homework out. Okay, so I'm going to have Jennifer read the first sentence of the example thesis statement, but as we read it, I want you guys to highlight the compare and contrast vocab words that you see in there, okay? Because the thesis statement needs to include compare and contrast vocab words. Basically, when we do an argument about compare and contrast, the first part of our statement of our thesis is where we compare the two sources, okay? So what does compare mean again, Esme? What does it mean to compare? Huh? But what does compare mean? Exactly. Okay, so the first part of this thesis statement is where you're going to talk about what is the same between your sources. The second part is where you're going to contrast them. You're going to say what is different. What does contrast mean again, Kev?
Different.
Exactly. Okay, the third part is where you have your claim. What's a claim? Remember from last time when we worked on argument, what is a claim?
Your opinion.
Yes, your opinion. Okay, the opinion that we're going to talk about in this is what source we think makes a better argument about how mammoths went extinct. Okay, so you need to argue which source has the better argument. Because remember, they're both theories, so neither one of them is fact. Okay, so you can choose which one you think is best. All right, so Jennifer, can you start with the first sentence in the example? On your paper, read from your paper.
In this statement,
You can skip that and go right to for example and read the example.
both sources 2 and source 3 discuss that at a certain point in the mammoth
Existence.
existence,
Uh-huh.
the population became very small and they went extinct.
Okay, good pause. What is a compare and contrast word that I used there? In that sense.
Both.
Good. Okay, so I'm comparing, so I used both, right? All right, Kevin, can you start with the second sentence? Highlight that word. Highlight both.
So, source 1 argues that the catalyst for this extinction was an extracervical rib that led to many problems.
Okay, good. Esme, next. Right here. However, source 2.
However, source 2 argues that the
Catalyst.
catalyst for the mammoth extinction was problems with their genes.
Good pause. What compare and contrast word was in that sense?
Argue?
Mm-mm.
But what do you-
Compare and contrast vocab word, like what we just did in that paragraph, however, while, whereas. Which one did I use there?
however?
Yes, highlight that. Highlight that. I'm boxing mine. Highlight that, however. Okay? Thank you. Okay, Kevin, you're up. After problems with your genes.
Well, both
Keep going.
have many good points. I think that source 1 makes a stronger argument because the extracervical rib explains how the
Mammoth.
population became small, while source 2 does not explain how it became small in the first place.
Okay, good. What are my contrast or compare words there?
While and both.
Okay. Mostly just while here. While both have many good points. And I also used another while down here at the end, right? While source 2 does not explain how it became small in the first place. So I used 2 whiles. So highlight all of these. You should have highlighted 4 compare and contrast words in there. And we'll come around and check. Thank you, Kevin. Looks good, Jaden. You highlighted the whole thing. Okay, do you want to underline? Okay, good, you boxed. Good. Okay, guys, so in your thesis statement, you need to use at least 1 compare vocab word and 2 contrast vocab words, okay? Now, let's go through what my thesis statement is actually saying. Jennifer, in my thesis statement, what did I compare?
Source 2 and source 3.
What did I say was the same about them?
The population can become very small.
Uh-huh. What else?
Explain.
Good. So I'm saying both sources said that the population of mammoths became small and that they went extinct, right? That's a thing they share. That's the thing they have in common. Okay. Kevin, what did I contrast for my second part of the statement? What did I say was different?
Climate change was getting warmer and genes became smaller.
And genes became more the exact same, right? Good. What is that? What's an easy word to say that I contrasted the what vocab word means the thing that begins everything else? The thing that starts everything?
Whereas.
Vocab word that means, remember my example of the dominoes, if you hit one domino and it causes all of them to fall? What word is that? It's here in this paragraph.
Catalyst.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm contrasting the catalysts. I'm saying that in source 1 and source 2, they said that there is a different catalyst for the extinction of mammoths, right? Okay, so that's my contrast. All right, Esme, what is my argument? What is my claim? What am I saying? What am I arguing in this thesis statement?